Hello everyone and welcome back to my Bold and Beautiful 29 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. At Hope's cabin, Carter signs the LLC document, which would give him power over Forrester Creations, and drops the pen. Hope tells him this will change everything. He's now listed as the director of the LLC. "You did it, Carter." He says, "We did it." Hope can't suppose of a better person to lead Forrester Creations. He's exactly the person the company needs to move forward. Carter still needs Steffy and Ridge's autographs. Once they've inked, they will no longer be in charge. The paper would give him full control, but they've to be realistic. This will start a revolution. In Forrester's main office, Steffy and Eric are agitating a press release about the end of Hope's line. Ridge doesn't suppose they need to decide that right now and announces he has to go check on commodity. In the design office, Elektra and will spoon. She worries about doing this at work. What if someone walks in? Will imagines they'd be enough jealous that he's about to kiss the most beautiful girl in the world again. They kiss, and Will muses about not wanting to distract her. She says he'll do that indeed if he's not there. Will thinks a lot about her too. He wants to know every little thing about her. Ridge finds Finn working at home and asks if he has a nanosecond for his father-in-law. He's trying to get some explanation about what happened between him and Hope. Finn says Hope's jest had to be dealt with. He thinks Steffy firing her was necessary. Ridge talks about how worried Brooke is right now. Finn says there's no reason for what her son did. Ridge asks if he's sure Hope was coming on to him. However, he needs to know before they issue the press release if there's any possibility that she wasn't. In the design office, Elektra thinks being the son of a billionaire is more intriguing than a jewelry developer. Will disagrees and says she's smart, funny, and beautiful. Ivy regards in the door and overhears as he repeats that he wants to know everything about her, like where you grew up. Why'd you come out to LA? Ivy interrupts and tells Will he's as fascinating as his sisters. I've been hearing a lot about you recently. Ivy says she's been telling her aunt about how agitated she's to be working at Forrester, and with you too, Will. Ivy goes on about Forrester being home for her. Will says Elektra's surely made it a place he wants to be. He gets called down and leaves. Ivy teases, "You have got it bad for that boy." She knows all too well the Spencer men can be. And easily, he feels the same way about you. Elektra worries her history could ruin everything. In the main office, Eric worries about what will be to his end now. Steffy assures her forefather that they'll use his Benz. He has a great future there. Katie comes in with the press release Steffy asked for. She and Eric want to hold off, but Steffy says Hope for the future is done. Hope could have stayed at Forrester, but she had to put her hands on her hubby. Steffy likes the brief epistle that Katie has written, but Eric complains it says nothing about Hope's accomplishments. Steffy says she's not retiring, she's been fired. Katie thinks they should stay, there's further to bandy. She tells Eric that Hope claims she wasn't coming on to Finn. Steffy saw what she saw, and if she doesn't believe her, she should believe Finn. In the cabin, Carter worries about the cost of a preemption. Ridge is his stylish friend. Hope thinks Forrester is part of him, just as it was her, but she was turned down without an alternate study. They could only go so far, because of how effects are at Forrester. Carter muses, it's a family business. Hope felt part of that family at times. Carter says, me too. But not so important presently. He asks if they're really going to do this, will they risk everything to take over Forrester? Hope points out that her time at Forrester is over, but his isn't. Carter could use the power of the LLC to right the boat. Hope goes over wearing the lingerie for Carter. However, Ridge and Steffy would question his decision, timber, if they came clean. Carter thinks Steffy is a great businesswoman, but she's lost perspective. He can't allow her treatment of Hope to stand. You're an alleviation, Hope. She's been underrated at Forrester. Hope says, so have you, and that has to change. She picks up the document and says this could be the answer to securing their futures. We just need to get Ridge and Steffy's autographs. In the main office, Katie asks Steffy, what's the rush? Steffy reminds her she's the bone. Who wants the press to talk about commodity differently? Eric advocates for using further time. Steffy thinks they need to do it and move on. She asks Katie to shoot the release to Hope so she's not blindsided. At the Precipice house, Finn understands that Ridge is in a tough spot. He says he and Brooke will be fine, but this is a reproach, and it's the last thing the company needs. At the cabin, Carter tells Hope if he's doing this, he needs her by his side. She says, you know I've your reverse. He laments that Ridge and Eric didn't like his offer. Hope says the status quo will no way change unless they do commodity about it. Carter complains the company is getting more dysfunctional by the day. He knows how good it could be. Hope says it'll be. Carter wonders what the Logans have to do to be taken seriously and appreciated. I suppose you've earned it. Hope smiles over Carter taking up for the killers and seeing her worth. She and her mama are thankful. Hope gets an announcement and picks up her phone. She tells Carter that Katie has posted the press release she's supposed to shoot out. She reads about hope for the unborn ceasing product and its creator, Hope Logan, moving on. She cries, Steffy's not backing down. It's really over. Carter pulls her close, no, it's not. Not indeed close. Hope picks up the LLC document and says Forrester deserves a leader with a heart, who's ready to take the company to new heights. She tells Carter there has to be a change, a new period. She'll be right by his side. Carter nods, let's do it. She laughs, let's do it moment. They kiss passionately. Steffy Forrester could be facing some disquieting developments. Luna Nozawa is determined to pursue a future with Bill Spencer, but her dreams are on hold as long as she's confined. Of course, escaping is a possibility, but that wouldn't do Luna much good. Luna doesn't want some delicate life on the run where she's slightly getting by, she wants to be living it up in the Spencer manse with Bill doting on her. With that in mind, Luna may move forward with all the necessary way to walk free, she'll plot a way to her release and play the game. Still, she might get off on temporary insanity sooner or laterally, but of course she'd rather it be sooner, if Luna convinces Bill to support her legal defense. Luna could eventually score her freedom after fulfilling a psychiatric stint and chaffing her croakers into allowing she's all better now. Bill may take on the part of Luna's protection, allowing her to live formally again at the Spencer manse while she works to rebuild her life. Still, if Luna is eventually released, Steffy will really have a strong response. Observers clearly recall how Luna cured Steffy and locked her. Steffy hasn't forgotten either, and she'll clearly state her passions if Luna manages to escape facing any real legal impacts. Still, the outgrowth could have been woeful, if John Finnegan hadn't arrived in time to save Steffy. It could have been analogous to what happened to Tom Starr and Paul Hollister. Steffy is right to be cautious of Luna's coming moves and to wish for her endless imprisonment, but the plot is easily erecting pressure around Luna's pursuit of Bill and her freedom. Still, a rematch with Steffy could be on the horizon. Steffy might defy Luna directly, averring she'll leave Los Angeles for good, if Luna manages to achieve her thing. Luna may cleave to her connection with Bill, complicating matters. This time, Steffy wouldn't be caught off guard, ready to issue a stern warning to Luna that any farther mischief will have serious consequences. Our perceptivity suggests that Steffy could soon find herself authentically concerned about the trouble Luna poses, so we'll keep you streamlined on any unanticipated twists.